Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens. I'm Ronnie and that's Benooni over there. Hello, Ben. How are you?
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going? How are you?
How are you? Good. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Salt Lake City Day. I am Greek.
I am Greek.
Coming to you with breaking news on Salt Lake City. It's a huge day. We found out Angie came out of the closet yesterday. She is Greek. She is officially Greek. Crazy.
Wow. I was concerned. I was concerned that wasn't like that she might be Luxembourgian, but now we know for sure.
My sweet little Dolma over there. So welcome everybody. We did Love Megan with Love Megan. Sorry, no disrespect intended. Megs. We did the Netflix show with Love Megan over on our Patreon this week. Go check that out. And if you want videos every day of our shows, all you have to do is go to Patreon. Thanks to everybody over at Patreon. Sure love you. And we're going to be doing Crappy Hour live this coming Monday, at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can find that over on our YouTube. You can find reminders on our Instagram, all that good stuff. So join us for that. You know what? That's all I have to say about that. That's it.
That's all you got to say.
So
October
how are you feeling?
This Monday. Feeling great. Feeling great. Highly entertained by Salt Lake City as usual. And really amused by Whitney Rose going nuts at the end. Also very happy to have our taglines at long last. And I actually, on the whole, I actually really liked this crop of taglines. Whitney's was hilariously it's not overproduced. It's overlabored. It's too much. I don't know. But it was so Whitney Rose. I guess I'm feeling good and I'm having a nice morning. I had an omelet. So that's a nice touch.
That's a big one.
It's a nice touch. I had an omelet. My fantasy football team won
I was
for the first time all season.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. I was going to say we're doing nothing, but I mean, you had an omelet and you have a fantasy football, so that's more than me.
Fantasy football, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I practice seventh chords on the piano. What do you think about that?
Wow.
Okay, so let's get to it. We are with Salt Lake City, season 6, episode 3, and we open at the premiere Vita Tequila Lounge. Dun dun dun.
Yes, but you know what though? Why don't we should talk about the taglines? Should I bring them up? I'm going to pull up the taglines.
Oh,
well, you vamp.
They haven't even happened yet.
The taglines were in this episode.
I know they're in our notes though. They're just after this little.
They are.
Thing. Yeah, I guess.
I was like, wait.
Oh no, maybe they're not. They're not. That was a scene. Not oh darn, I thought they were here. I mean, what the hell? We have to look up our taglines now.
That's okay.
Or else
we can do it.
City
okay, Salt Lake City taglines. Wow, the Salt Lake City 6 taglines hint at major tragedy and lies. Wow. Okay, that's a little dramatic. Okay.
Tragedy.
Here we go. I'm sending you
and lies.
That's it's a bit much. Okay. Okay. Well, it's amazing how many articles are out there that say they have the taglines that actually don't have the taglines.
Yeah, that's what I'm going through too. I'm looking at Reality T. I think we're supposed to watch the video. I ain't watching that video. I already saw it.
We want to see texts.
I already saw that.
We want to see texts of the taglines. All right. Well, you know what? We don't have the taglines.
You know what? Yes, we do. We have them on good old fashioned Reddit. Where else are you going to get anything in this world?
Thank God.
The biggest news organization on the planet, Reddito. Okay, sending it over to
you. Are people enjoying the real time? Oh, wait, I found it on Reality T.
You did?
Wait, a new
a different Reality T? Sorry, Reality T.
No, I got conned again. Oh no, I did. I found it, everyone. I found it. Guys, this is for the listeners who are not in very pain over this. This is what we do off.
This is how we start. We've had literally 12 something hours to prepare, and we're like, what? Okay. So first up is Lisa Barlow. Okay. Tequila is my livelihood, my lifestyle, and always top shelf.
Tequila is my livelihood. That's good. Wait, these are a year ago. You gave old taglines.
Oh, I did?
Yes, here.
Don't
but that was a nice throwback.
I've got the receipts, proof, and the screenshots. Oh God, if Heather did that fucking receipts, proof timeline thing again.
Okay, well, here we go. I sent you a new reality T link. They rank them what they say from best to worst. I just want the audience to know that this isn't necessarily our ranking, but this is the order in which we'll be reading them off of the website. So thank you, internet. Like, if this is the moment that the internet is failing for us, I just want to also point out, like, the internet is so reliable. And why is it that on this one, it's so difficult for us?
So
okay.
So it's ranked from best to worst. I agree with our first ranking.
Yeah, this one's a really good one. This is Mary Cosby saying, "I'm just here to eat, drink, and be merry."
Yeah, because that is all Mary is there to do. She's literally like, I'm just going to show up at the lunches and make comments, and I'm fine with it. That's all I really need that's all I really need, because she does that very, very well. Their set that they're taking these pictures on is very gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah.
They have like a ski lodge set, and it's very pretty.
Yeah, well, it sort of looks like an AI rendering, but it's well prompted. Like
we're all going to be living there soon, so just get used to it. Get ready to upload your brain and be sent there. But it's very nice. You know, the rug is very vacuumed. You see the clean lines in the rug, and they're wearing blues and purples. And Mary is wearing like an evening gown with big fuzzy sleeves.
Well, these are also old as well, because
for Christ's sake, can we get anything new?
The pictures, well, because the new imagery for this season is they're all in white, and this is just what I think what reality T could find.
Oh, okay.
And I love it doesn't take away from the fact that they're very nice pictures.
I love their copy too. It's really funny. No one does a Real Housewives tagline like Mary Cosby, whether she's threatening to send Jesus after people or saying her co-stars look like sheep. You never know what she's going to say.
It's true.
Okay, next up is Angie. I am Greek, and the rest are just a tragedy.
That's really good. I really like that one a lot.
I'm glad that she finally got I especially like that she said, I am Greek.
Yeah. I'm like really happy she finally got to just say it in a tagline. I am Greek, and the rest are just a tragedy.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
The next one is Bronwyn that says, if my closet has skeletons, at least they'd be well dressed. I don't think this is a very strong one. I wouldn't. Reality T ranking this as their number 3 favorite, I think, is a little generous.
I think she should have said something like, they're trying to come for me, but my lips are sealed. Because her whole thing is like, she won't answer questions about her fraud and grand theft and all that stuff because the cases are sealed. So I think she should have had a sealed thing. Or, you know, I don't know, something about going after someone in court. I don't know.
Or if my closet had skeletons, those skeletons would have started a company called Palm Pilot. If my closet had skeletons, Christian Siriano would dress them.
Yeah, and I would pay for it. I've never heard someone brag so much about having to pay a designer, by the way, because she's really like very proud of the fact that she's one of the only people that pays Christian Siriano. And then on Watch What Happens Live, he's like, yeah, she does pay. She's one of the only ones who pays, and she paid for this dress too. And she's like, yeah, I paid. And I was like, I don't know. You're supposed to brag about getting things for free, not paying for them. You know, if you're a celebrity.
But I think like that's what new money does, is like you actually brag about what you could afford, not what.
Well, yeah, you could afford it, but you don't have to, you know? That's why Lisa Rinna is always going to the Oscars for free, because she finds people to give her a table, you know? She probably could buy a table, but, you know, it's better that you can be like, Elton invited me. Okay.
Yeah.
Elton's a huge Days of Our Lives fan from back in the day.
Huge.
So next up is Lisa Barlow. I don't go low. I go the distance. See,
I think that's very good. That's a good reference to like one of her taglines from last season. I think that Reality T should have ranked it higher. And I'm sorry. I know this is not a referendum on Reality T, but like if you're going to do a ranking, then this is how it happens. But I do think that the Lisa Barlow one should be, I think that should be number 3 and not number 4. I think it's a very strong contender.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one's okay. So then you're next.
Meredith Marks. While you drop lies, I'm dropping the beat. Which is funny to anyone who has no idea. If there's someone watching the show who has no idea that she has this little DJ career that she's kickstarting literally tomorrow night in Los Angeles is her tour, then you're just so confused. Like, what does it mean that Meredith Marks is dropping the beat? Like, she literally, there's nothing about her that seems like there's rhythm. Like this, I do not associate the concept of rhythm with Meredith Marks.
Well, you will now, buddy. Yeah, I'm excited to see her journey. Her DJ journey. Next up is Heather Gay. My nest is almost empty and the bird is ready to soar.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah. It's just like you're guilt tripping your daughters in your tagline. Like, this bird's wings are clipped. This mama bird is sad in her nest watching other birds fly, but finally she can fly, but maybe it's too late for her because she'll fly and not fly as well and get attacked by a hawk. And it's kind of her daughter's fault because she had to spend so much time with them in the nest. Yay.
Disgusting daughters are out of here. Goodbye, gross, smelly, disgusting daughters. That's not even catchy, Heather.
Yeah, it's not.
Hey, Heather, what do you want for your tagline this year? I hate my children.
She posted something on Instagram a few days ago that was like, one of the great honors of my life is raising my daughters. It was like a carousel about her daughters. I was like, nice backpedaling. Even though I think it's totally fine to say, like, thank God the kids are out of the house. I think it's like totally valid to say that. And I don't think
so
I have
too.
no issues with that whatsoever. I just think it's funny that she sort of is like, she's like trying to sort of play it both ways. Like, no, I mean, I love my daughters. I really do. I'm so miserable that they're in the house. I mean, no, I mean, I love them though.
See, it's totally normal, I think, for a parent to be like, oh my God, the kids are out. I've got a whole new life. What do I do? It's like the empty nest storyline. We've seen it a million times. We've seen it in real life a million times. I mean, we're of the age where we know tons of people whose kids are out of the house and all that stuff. So it's not like it's something new to us, and it's not a disgusting thing to say. I'd have a party when my kids left, personally. It's just how she's handling it is so ham-handed. I think she thinks she's doing something that she's not, you know? I think she's going with I'm going to do an empty nest storyline. So I'm going to talk about it every time I'm on screen about how excited I am to finally be an empty nester. But it's coming across as like, fuck those bitches. I'm sad they came out of me at the first place. And I'm glad their stinky asses are out of here. I hope I never have to see them again.
Well, because her problem is that she's trying to link it to her Mormon trauma. So she's like, I was told I just have to be a mother and I have to do this and I couldn't even be myself and I was trapped and I was in my bed and I had to do this. But now that they're out, I can finally be me. Instead of saying, like, I'm so excited for my daughters, but I'm also so excited to start a new chapter where for the first time, it's just me and I can see what it's like to be adult Heather and not having to look after anyone except for myself, which is, I think, a different vibe.
That should be the tagline. Say it again.
Kidding. Starting a new chapter. I love my daughters, and I'm so excited.
I'm just kidding. It's like a whole paragraph long.
She would do that.
Proof, timeline. Thank God my daughters are out of my receipts. My proof.
In my timeline, speaking of paragraphs, we end with Whitney Rose, who's roses are redheads, violets are blue. Don't come for me, or I'll come for you. It's so stupid. It's stupid.
We're talking about tenuous grasps on Real Housewives taglines. This has to be the most tenuous. I mean, and storylines in general. I mean, everyone else, some people are giving Angie shit for saying I am Greek too much. I don't care if she says that she's Greek every 5 minutes. Guess why? Because she's Greek. And guess why else? Because that's what Greek people do. Have you guys met a Greek person? Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
We're almost as bad. I would like to say we're almost as bad as Lebanese people. We're similar. I would like to say that we're similar, but when I first had a group of Greek friends in high school, I mean, our cultures are very similar, right? Greek and Lebanese. Our food is very similar, I should say that, and very family oriented and all that. Like, my whole family went to see my big fat Greek wedding, I think 1 million times, because we've all been to that wedding before in our own family. Like, we get it. Okay. A Lebanese person will get that. And anyone who's known a Greek person knows that they're like that. So I don't mind Angie's, but Whitney's is that she got red hair in solidarity with her daughter because her daughter gets bullying for red hair. First of all, what country are we in? We don't bully people for red hair here. That's England. Like, Ginger's a cute name here, isn't it? I don't think that's something. Don't we have enough that we're bullied over in this country? We've got enough. Stop fucking bullying redheads, you idiots. If you do that, you know what? Shame on you if you do that. And double shame on you for giving Whitney Rose this storyline, because I already can't stand it.
Well, Whitney knew she was setting a trap for Lisa Barlow to fall into, which she does later this episode when Lisa's like, redhead. So, you know.
She already posted a big victim thing on Instagram about it, which I'll read when we get to that part.
But I do think it's tenuous. I mean, like, the initial pun of like roses are red is funny because like she's Whitney Rose. Roses are red. She has her red hair. But then they sort of don't know where to go with it. Like roses are red, roses are redheads, violets are blue. But then the don't come for me or else I'll come for you is like just, it sort of is like a declining thing. It's like that meme of like the donkey or the horse that's being drawn really beautifully, but by the end of the horse, it's just like scribble scrabble. That's what that line is like.
Yeah. Well, you know, she tried it. But it is funny because it's still a Whitney tagline. Roses are redheads. Violets are blue. Rest. Don't come for me, heads. Or I'll come for you, beds. Okay.
Just also,
are we done? Can I go home?
She recites it so slowly. I'm like, you're taking up 37% of the opening credits just getting through your line.
Whitney can never leave this show because she makes me laugh fucking consistently. Every single episode, she makes me laugh. You have triggered me. I am so triggered. I mean, I just love it. Okay, so here we are. We open at the Premier Vita Tequila Lounge. And this is my favorite kind of Lisa scene where she just walks around barking orders at people who probably don't even work for her, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? Can we move those chairs? Because there's chairs there. You know what? There's tables there. Can we move the tables? Because I don't like how those tables are. Blake Lively doesn't like vertical tables. Can we have three-legged tables? Can we just get three-legged tables? R.I.P. Robert Redford. I miss you, Sundance.
You know, after Emma's party, I'm like exhausted with like talking about these like ridiculous lawsuits with these girls. Cause like while they're trying to convince themselves that I'm like in like dire straits, the truth is I was never in that band. Okay. So I'm just like moving on. Okay. So by the way, America, at this party that you're never going to see, that's at this random restaurant, we have Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Smith, Ramsey Youssef, also the ghost of Nell Carter, and as well as the Caesar Milan. He's gonna whisper to some dogs. It's gonna be a huge party.
So is Sundance going on right now while they're shooting this? What's happening? Why are all these people coming to the Premier Vita?
Well, I just can't tell. Maybe it was a Sundance party. Should we look to see if there's a party that had all those people at it?
I did. That's Sundance. What I just Googled.
I don't even know who Corey Smith is, by the way. And I don't like, and the fact that Corey Smith got higher billing than Rami Youssef is shocking because I don't know who he is.
Oh, I think they're there because they starred in a film called Mountainhead together, which I'm assuming shot in Salt Lake City. Because I think
that a gay porn.
Mountainhead. You've seen me do a lot of things, boys, but you have never seen me give a Mountainhead. Here we go.
The TV film. Mountainhead.
Yeah. 4 wealthy friends meet for a retreat amidst growing global upheaval caused by AI-generated disinformation. Oh, really? So you're going to go to a retreat someplace where the backdrop of the lodge was made with AI. Oh, okay. Yeah, it stars Jesse Armstrong. Written by Jesse Armstrong. Starring Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, Rami Youssef. Wow.
Or as Lisa calls him, Ramsey Youssef. But maybe that's his full name. Not sure. But I just thought it was funny because I feel like he's known as Rami. Ramses Youssef.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
First of all, sounds like a great movie, I have to say. I mean, nothing. You know what I love? A movie about like 4 guys who get together during an AI apocalypse. I'm like, hello, sign me up. And I love that
4
they had
rich
a party
guys in the
with
ski
season
lodge talking about the end of the world. I'm in.
Yeah. Wow, great time. Oh, yes. Is his name Ramsey Youssef? Okay, never mind. I have to move forward.
Yeah, it's over. Put down the IMDb.
It's over.
Put down the IMDb because next thing you know, you're going to be dragged into Heather Kent IMDb page, as we all do when we go to IMDb. We fall down the Heather Kent wormhole.
By the way, as far as I can tell, his name is Rami, and Ramsey Youssef is someone completely different, and we won't get into it.
Okay, well, maybe it was the other Ramsey. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what's going on at this party. So Lisa's like, the other girls, they just don't understand what I do. Like, they always want to diminish it. They always want to like act like it's not happening and it's not real. But I'm like doing stuff. I'm doing stuff with Daniel Radcliffe, Usher, Dexter, Forrest Whitaker, Shailene Woodley. I'm a huge, like, it's like huge people. Like huge. It's huge.
When she says she's doing stuff with Usher, does she mean the recording artist, or does she just like telling an usher in the movie theater to get her more popcorn? Because there is a difference.
You never know. Maybe that's the one she's telling to move the table. She's like, you know what? I like horizontal tables. I only like horizontal tables.
I love this like random hodgepodge of people that she's name dropping. Daniel Radcliffe, Forrest Whitaker, Usher. Like, I'm so confused. I want to get to the bottom of it. I'm surprised our like Reddit sleuths have not dug up the veracity of these claims.
Well, we already found the first one. Okay, we already found why they would be there. Yeah. So I just put all of those names that she just mentioned into the search. And the first thing that came up is IMDb, the 100 worst movies of 2020. So congratulations, Shailene Woodley.
Definitely find, by the way, hello, workers. Definitely find out if anyone has like a nut allergy. Cause like my mouth doesn't like the nuts, but I love the way they taste. Like luckily I don't go into anaphylactic shock. Ha 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 ha.
And John's like, so many jokes that can be said right now, huh?
But I'm really Mormon, so I'm not going to say And she also says anaphylactic or something. I like how she pronounced that. She's like, you know what? Yeah, nut allergies. Because Blake, oh my God, watch out, get an EpiPen. So, you know what? No one understands in this group. Like, if you're like huge, you get like sewed. That's just how it is. And you know what? I've been sewed because I'm huge. And so, you know what? I'm going to be showeder tomorrow. So I'm going to be seweder tomorrow. I'm going to be so sewed. And that's just what it is. That's what it is because I'm huge. And those girls just don't get it. They just don't. It's just because I'm really big. So, sorry girl. Sorry you're so small.
Yeah. We're like lawyered up. Like we have more than 6 lawyers. We have like a lawyer for everything. We even got the Lincoln lawyer, both Matthew McConaughey and the guy who plays him on Netflix. Yeah, we got them all. Okay. Cause I'm fabulous and I'm fine. Am I sounding too braggy? But it's true. I've done amazing things. I've been in the same vicinity as Blake Lively. That's pretty cool if you ask me.
Yeah. We even used to have Janine Perro, but she was drinking all the Vita, so we had to ask her to stop coming. But still, lots of lawyers. Huge. So then we see a flashback where she's talking with Amy, the Utah socialite, that they give another chance to. And I'm telling you, this Amy tried it today. She said one thing today, which I was proud of Amy, but Amy, you're not messy enough. You're going to have to go
Amy
back
looked horrified by this. I don't think Amy realized what she was getting involved with.
She does. Amy looks like horrified. Yeah. So we see a flashback to her hanging out with Amy and she's like, yeah, you know what? Like, love this time of year because up at Blue Sky, like that's my favorite property in Park City. And like me, you, Mary, Meredith, and Heather, we're going to go skeet shooting. Yeah, because then we're going to have a great little lunch after. And then for the party after, like I've invited other people that I don't like very much because they're going to be jealous that we went shooting at Blue Sky. Yeah, they don't get to because they don't do big things.
Amy's like, so they're going to meet us.
Yeah, you can't talk. You haven't been here long enough, so I'm not going to let you finish the sentence.
Well, that's really big.
You can't. You can't talk.
Well, it's
Blake Lively, though. Blake Lively. That guy she's married to, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpan. I love Deadpan. It's such a good movie. I think Tom Cruise was going to be in it, but he was busy. He was helping us with the apps list at Vita.
I thought we were
with the scene is gone. Why is she still talking? Who's this person?
So I won't be opening up a social media account here.
Yeah, it's done.
This isn't the same Blue Sky.
Thanks for coming. Why is this conversation so dead? Yeah, it's big. Wait till you see what I have planned for lunch, though, Amy, the socialite. Because I'm always the target, so it's time to switch it around.
Okay, well,
it's over. Turn off the cameras. Someone, don't make me shoot with her again.
So then we go to Bronwyn and Todd, and they're eating at Matteo Restaurant Italiano. And Bronwyn they walk in, and Bronwyn's like, "So, Todd, do you understand why I brought you here? Is it the early bird special? Because I appreciate that." Well, no, but I thought we'd have our own nice little taste of Italy. No, I don't think so. More like taste of butt farts. That's what this place reminds me of. Okay, Todd. Well, I'm just trying to make things right between us. So we're gonna have pasta, Todd. You like pasta, right? Right, Todd?
She doesn't only say that. She goes, "I wore dolce," which means we're having pasta.
Oh, great. You're basically wearing 19,000 plates of pasta, Bronwyn. Great.
So
do they have fettuccine Al Werther's Original? Todd, they don't make Italian pasta sauce out of Werther's Originals. Well, I bet they do. If you tried, you just have to put some muscle into it.
Todd, I brought you to the place with the mushiest food in history. Okay, Italian. So she updates us on her life, and a lot has changed in my house. Yeah, the Newport Bradley household, which is a new thing that we're going with, Newport Bradley, has totally flipped, because the biggest takeaway from New York was Todd's willingness to see that people were saying about how he speaks to me, and he acknowledges it, which you'll notice in the scene as he crosses his arms right under his low-hanging nipples and stares at the exit the entire time. So we're really working on things. It's going great. It's great. I wore dolce. We're eating pasta. I'm with Todd. Everything's fine.
And if I'm being honest, Todd's probably made more changes than I have made since the new year. I'm still the same old me. Okay, so what else is going on with Todd? Did you play a crossword puzzle today? What did you do all day? Oh, I just made a couple of calls. I called the department of get off my lawn, but I got a busy signal, unfortunately.
Yeah, what do you think I did? I got dressed in the Speedo, did some push-ups, tossed back some 40s with the bros. What do you think I did? I worked so you could wear some dolce and eat some mushy pasta.
Oh, you see, look at Todd. He's really come back charming, hasn't he? God, I love him. I just love Todd. Oh, fun, lighthearted Todd. Dolce and pasta.
When do we get to go to the Connie Francis retrospective? After dinner, Todd. So Bronwyn talks about her dad and how she was visiting him, and he has good days and bad days. And we find out that he has Alzheimer's, which is, obviously very hard. And he's been suffering from it for many years. And then her mom had a brain tumor and she had surgery and she's fine, but now she has to live with them indefinitely.
Yeah. And she's feeling guilt because she was trying to have the parents at her house, but the dad was getting so bad, and, they had to put him in care, basically, in memory care. And Todd's like, well, he needs professional care, and that's what you set up for him. Now he's gone, so get over it, Bronwyn. Like, he's just so gruff, he's got this gruff way of going about it, which I'm not sure, but he's basically like, we can't have two people searching for the remote control in this house. It's like, oh, geez, Todd. So she talks about this, which is crazy. Alzheimer's really is just a horror of a disease. It's just really, it's really ugly. And so this sucks that she's having to go through this. And she's talking about how her mom had a brain tumor and she's going to be fine and recover. The only thing that really isn't getting better on her is her eyebrows, unfortunately. But I don't think that they could do that in the hospital. So her mom stayed with her. And we have to remember the history with her parents. I mean, they like disowned her and all that stuff when she was pregnant. So like kind of, you know, I'm not rooting against them, especially the dad. I mean, he's got Alzheimer's and stuff, but I don't think anybody sees the mom come on the screen and is rooting for her. I'm actually rooting for Bronwyn to read her mother for filth on TV, because that's kind of what people do on Housewives, where they're like, oh, really, mom? Well, how about some scenes on the Housewives to show the audience what a monster you are, and then we can watch them come for you on Instagram and Facebook for the rest of your life. Enjoy your karma, mother. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, that mom is not going to get ready for filth, because you're already bleeding by the time you're ready to read her. She's already stabbed you. Like, yeah. Okay, I'm getting ready. It's like those moments where like the villain's about to kill you, like about to kill the protagonist, and then all of a sudden they stop, like, and then like someone from behind to stab the villain through their stomach with a sword. It's like that's Bronwyn's mom. Bronwyn's like ready to do the big read. And it's like, nope, your mom already got you. So
your mom always beats you to the punch.
Your mom, listen, you don't get drag queen eyebrows without being quick with the tongue. So we see
but
earlier,
they're like eyebrows who belong to someone else. It's weird. Like they're shaped like
divine.
You know a
they belong
U.
to divine.
But they're like on a different
organ
face.
Transplants.
They start in the middle of the eyebrow, like over here, like in the center of the eye, instead of, okay, what am I trying to say? They start in the center of each eye instead of the center of the face, if that makes sense, right? So instead of starting here, right in the middle of your nose, they start in the middle of each eye and go like this. It's weird. It's an odd choice.
It's like when you make a me on your Nintendo, and you can like play around with the eyebrow location, and you put everything in hockey places. That's all. I'm going
to put my eyebrows on my temples.
Yeah, exactly. So we see a flashback, and Bronwyn is talking to Meredith about her dad, and they're really bonding about this, and she's telling Meredith about how, just about how tough this all is, and with Gwen and everything, and this was
Gwen's
bonding.
got the boyfriend living there. So she's running both a youth hostel and an elderly hostel. And she's basically just like, there are so many social security numbers up for grabs. It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's fun. It's like Halloween. My jack-o'-lanterns is full of social security numbers. So Meredith's like, well, that is insane. So they bond over the dad stuff. And then we come back to the president. And she's like, yeah, it was nice. You know, Meredith was saying we've known each other a long time, but we don't really know each other that well because she's friends with Lisa. But, you know, we're not close, but this bonded us. It bonded us, Todd.
Well, yeah, she sees you in a different light because of what's going on. You know, it's not the friend group, whatever dynamics they can put on there. You know, now she sees.
And she's like, yeah, you know, I talked to Meredith about that because she's close with Lisa. And, you know, it was just interesting to see that she's gone through what I've been through, you know, and people think in the heat of the moment that it's really hard to come back from, you know, things that Lisa said to me. I can never come back from it. I can just never come back from it, Todd.
Well, I don't know why you bother with her at all. I mean, she doesn't even know the value of going to the five and dime and getting a malt, right?
And Bronwyn's like, well, it bothers me when people don't like me.
Well, I got bad news for you.
What's that?
Have you met me?
Todd.
It's like a lot of people don't like you, Bronwyn. You're the only person in the neighborhood that goes out to get the newspaper and they throw it at your head on purpose. No one likes you. This whole town hates you.
No, they don't.
You know who I don't like? Spiro Agnew. That's who I don't like, and he never complained about that.
So she's like, what do you mean a lot of people don't like me?
No one likes you, Bronwyn. Okay? They started putting up speed bumps on our street just so people could slow down enough while they're pointing out the window screaming, we don't like you, without hitting children on the street, Bronwyn. No one likes.
She's like, geez, Todd, it would be nice if I felt a little bit supported.
Like, what? By who? I don't like you either. I can barely sit here.
Supporting you is like supporting Hubert Humphreys. It's not going to work out well for anyone.
So Todd is like,
all the shit that Lisa Barlow drove, is said about you and is written about you. It's unforgivable. Hilarious, but unforgivable. Completely unforgivable.
When she goes, who doesn't like me? He goes,
Look at your Facebook.
she goes, okay, well, I don't use Facebook, but people do leave me mean comments on my Instagram, if that's what you're referring to. Just love that he's whipping out Facebook.
I went down to the social club. No one likes you over there. I was speaking to the Masons. They hate you. There, I said it.
So he's like, she goes, you know what? I can't help but overthink it, but I just want to fix it. I want to make it right. He's like,
Why? Why you want to fix it?
she's like, because it's easier. It's just easier for everybody else. And that's just me. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I just want everyone to like me. That's me, Todd. That's me. He's like,
Look,
Get rid
you
of her.
can't fix things. You can't fix if people don't like you, okay? So what if there's a very active GeoCities community that doesn't like you? That's okay. Those things happen, okay? Because all the shit that Lisa Barlow drove and said about you, it's just unforgivable, okay? It's just, but how do I get to a place of she can loudly dislike me and it doesn't make me crazy? Huh, I doubt you do, because you're just so sensitive all the time. There, I said it.
And then we go to Angie and her dad, Louie's house, and she's brought him an orchid and some fruit. Now, here's my problem with Angie. Every time she feeds her dad, she's feeding him like lettuce and fruit. You better bring me a cookie. I've made it to 90 years old and you're bringing me fucking pineapple. You best get to the everything bunt the cake, or what's that place called? All bunt cake, bunt cake for life, whatever the fuck it is.
Call me Kale.
Call me bunt cake. That would be my gay movie.
Call me maybe.
Call me bunt cake.
Bunt. Bonnie
Call
Bunt.
me by your bunt cake. Yeah.
Bunt Mandelker.
So yeah, don't bring me fruit when I'm old. Don't even bring it to me now. I'm old enough now that I can complain about people bringing me fruit. I'm fruity enough. Bring me a cake or a cookie.
I can't stand a fruit gift. I can't stand it.
I just feel like it's
I don't
so
like
rude.
fruit candy. I think edible arrangements should be burned to the ground. Of all the, we watch all of these businesses close down. Borders Books, various fast casual eateries that we've always enjoyed. We watch them all go down and we're so sad. And yet somehow edible arrangements survives. Who is doing this? Who are the people who decided they would rather spend their money on edible arrangements than Borders Books?
It's actually kind of a brilliant thing if you think about it, because there are so many people that you have to buy a little gift for that you just have kind of a seething resentment towards. And that's what those are for, I think, the edible arrangements. When people send you an edible arrangement, they do not like you. Okay. They don't like you. They're like, I have to send them something. I'm going to send them fucking fruit in the shape of a bouquet. Okay.
Yes. Stupid. And also, why is fruit the only edible arrangement there is? If they made a bouquet out of cookies, I would be singing a whole different tune.
Exactly. Like,
why is it only
make
fruit?
Me an iguana shaped out of croissants. That's something.
Make me a peacock out of a Rice Krispie treat. That's actually very moldable. There's just so many ways.
You know what? That's what we're going to start. I've been thinking of a business. We need to start a business, and I think that's what we should do. Edible arrangements that aren't shitty.
That's the full name.
Call me by your edible arrangements that's not shitty. Let's do it. I'm in. I'm putting down the seed money, $5. Okay, whoever wants the first one, just come to us on Instagram. I'll send it to you.
I'm so mad at them.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
I just I never really articulated it until really just this moment that we really have watched so many of our favorite institutions die over the years, right? How many of them have closed? Red Lobster was on the brink. Luckily, someone saved Red Lobster. But I mean, how many of our favorite stores are no longer with us? They're just gone.
They even took the Old Navy out of the Beverly connection. I mean, how am I supposed to live?
That's crazy.
That's
all
ridiculous.
These malls are dying and boarded up. Everything is done. Everything is banked. Joanne fucking Fabrics is dead. and yet edible arrangements still is alive. We have our priorities wrong as a nation. This isn't political. This is something we can all get behind. Let's not put our money into edible arrangements. Let's put it into Joanne Fabrics and Red Lobster in places where that money deserves to be.
Well, they needed better advertising. Joanne's just needed to be like, do you have someone that you hate but you have to buy a gift for? Get them polyester at Joanne's or something. Because the resentment is keeping that place alive. Okay, so Angie goes over to her dad's and she's like, my father is my first phone call in the morning and my last phone call at the end of the night. He's 89 and it is a blessing. And
he's like, oh God, she's always calling. Just when I was about to fall asleep, there goes my daughter calling saying, did you fall asleep, Dad? And I say, yes. And she goes, I am Greek. And I said, I know, you're my daughter.
Every day he asks me, where has Borders Books gone? It was Greek. It was Greek.
People don't realize the original name of it was Bordacopoulos.
So she just needs her daddy, and she needs her family. So she's calling him all the time. My dad would be like, I don't have any money for you. Could you stop calling me? Like, enough, like I need maybe once a week, but this is getting ridiculous. Do you need something? Do you need to tell me something? Why are you calling me again?
So he found some old photos and of yesteryear. And we see pictures of him when he was like 12 and everything. And Angie's looking and she's like,
look at how serious you guys were. Wow. Why was the camera slow? Was the camera slow? Or were you just serious because of your life?
I'm like, have you guys seen your photos on the Bravo website? You guys are looking like you're trying to stare down a vehicle.
Have you seen you right now? Have you seen yourself in this scene? She's literally like, look at this photo. Yeah, I know. I understood the question though, because back then they would be like, okay, stand there. It's warming up.
Don't smile.
It's warming up. It's coming. And okay, hold on. We have to change the charge. Okay, hold on. Okay, light the string. Okay, the string is fizzling over. It's coming closer to us. Dun, 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 dun,
Light the string.
dun,
Dynamite.
dun.
It's dynamite powered.
Kaboom.
It is funny, like old timey photos, everyone is very serious in them. I want to know when people start to smile. It's probably some bullshit post-war thing that happened like in Levittown, Long Island. It's like, we've got a house, now we got to smile. But I do wonder when,
think
like,
it's better when they didn't smile. I wish we could normalize that again. I have a picture that we took at the mall or something when I was a little kid with my cousin Matt. And it was one of those where you dress like a cowboy and they take like an old timey picture of you and it's like sepia toned or whatever. And my mom had it hanging in her house forever. And it was just always my favorite picture of me because we weren't allowed to smile and we just looked pissed off, like these pissed off, dirty little cowboys. And I was like, maybe that was my time, except that you couldn't flush a toilet. And I'm like a huge toilet flusher. So I wouldn't want to live back then. But in general, bring back non-smiling pictures.
well, guess what? There is an answer to all of this. We really only started smiling in photos in the 1920s and 30s.
During the Great Depression. Isn't that just
Excuse
so
you.
us?
It was during the happiest time in America when we were not allowed to touch alcohol. Famously a glorious time. Actually, it was a pretty fun time, the 20s. But yeah, the Great Depression. But apparently it was, according to Google, this was because of technological advancements, because of faster cameras, also because of Kodak. Kodak came around and was like, they had the invention of Kodak moments, and they were like trying to tell people to be more joyful. So basically Kodak made us smile. And why people didn't smile in old photos, here's 3 reasons. Long exposure times. Angie gets a point on that one.
And because their butts were all chapped with poop because they didn't have like toilet paper yet and flushing toilets. That's why. Are you going to smile?
It was also serious social norms because portraits, whether painted or early photographs, were often seen as serious formal affairs, similar to grand painted portraits that typically did not feature smiles. And finally, and this is a strong one, dental hygiene. Poor dental health was common.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can see that.
And
like
we all
John
know if you try to cover your Yeah, if you try to cover your teeth while you're smiling, you just look like you're.
Yeah, it's like it's like the Seeley from The Color Purple or the John Hamm thing, where John Hamm, like, everyone's like, oh, he's just a serious actor. That's why he never smiles. But then he laughs and he's got like little tiny baby teeth. And I think that's why he doesn't smile.
Yeah.
It's teeth shame. But I think ultimately Angie was correct because it is slow camera times. You see, that was one of the reasons. So nailed it.
She's really on top of it. So
then she says it. Was the camera
like,
slow? Or were you just serious because of your life?
And he's like, yeah. He's like, because it was a tough life. You know, there was nothing to smile about. We lived through war and hunger and cold. Why would we suddenly smile now? Right? It's ridiculous. So she's like, remind me of when the soldiers came into your village. How old were you? He's like, oh, well, I thought this was going to be a nice little tea time, but sure, I'll talk about the trauma of my childhood.
He's like, can I enjoy my fucking pineapple? I mean, Jesus. He's like, all right, let's talk about the Germans again. Here's Angie coming over to talk about the fucking Germans again. All right, let me pause
I like
TV.
how he's like, oh, you mean the Germans? No, we're talking about the aliens from Starship Troopers, Dad. Come on, we're on TV. Time is money. Tell your war story.
He was 7 and they took everything. They burnt everybody's house. I mean, this is fucking terrible. And Angie's like, did you witness that though? At that age? Well, what do you think he was at the movies? Yes, he witnessed it. They burned down the whole village, Angie.
And he's like, well, but there wasn't much stuff to burn because, we didn't have any furniture or stuff like that. So, it wasn't really that. It's like, it wasn't that
horrible.
Bad.
Oh my God.
But what's crazy to me about this was I was shocked that he is that old, in the sense that, like, I thought this was a guy in his like late 70s, but the fact that he is,
that guy looks
old
hot as fuck. I mean, he's 90 years old. That guy's hot. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, for real. I mean, like, the fact that he was 7 and this is like a World War II memory. I mean, that's like, I was pretty surprised. We don't see too many parents on Bravo who have that kind of experience, like, I mean, yes, Todd was around during, World War I, but like, aside from him, I mean, like, very few have been around since like that age. Most of them I feel like most of the parents we see are from like the 60s. So this was really surprising.
Yeah. So I was just surprised, like, she's so hot. So, Angie is, it's a touching scene and stuff. And he talks about coming to America and how, so when they got their tickets and they were coming over, someone said, where's your suitcase? And he said, I'm wearing everything I own. And Angie's like, I'm wearing everything I own too. And he's like, yeah, you need to stop doing that every time you leave the house. Like, you can, it's just like, what happened to jeans and a nice sweater? You know what I mean?
I am grateful because some of my biggest concerns of the day are, oh, I need to go get microneedling so it heals up in time for my next event. Oh, I need to start rolling now so I can get off of this giant mattress in time to get to my next event. Oh, I need to put on giant sunglasses so my face will be protected in time for my next event. And meanwhile, my dad is sharing these stories that put things into perspective for me, and it is a wake-up call from Greece.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't want you to minimize all the stuff that you're talking about either, because that stuff is important too. And you can't think that people were going to war and having all of this horrible things happen, and there wasn't a moment in the day where they were like, I've really got to do something about my angry 11s. Because you know what? When that shit hits you, it doesn't matter what's going on in the outside. You're still like, why are my pores so big?
I actually really firmly believe that everyone's entitled to be annoyed by stupid shit. Like, it doesn't take away from the big shit that people have to deal with. Like, it's not like I would never equivocate them, but I think that you're like, if you can't find your phone charger, like, you're allowed to be like legitimately annoyed and you're allowed to be like, I can't find my phone charger. I'm so annoyed. Yeah. I think you're allowed to express your emotional state to your friends. What you can't do is if your friend says, oh my God, the Nazis just burned down my village and I'm so upset. And then you can be like, I get it because I can't find my phone charger. Like, that you don't do. But you're still like, you shouldn't feel guilty about the fact that you're annoyed about something in your life.
Yeah. Annoying petty things are always going to bother you no matter what's going on outside. Like, they announced that the government's they're going to send the government to California to keep law and order, whatever the fuck they're doing now. Today's fucking crazy news. And I read it and I was like, I really don't like the new icons on this iPhone. And I was like, what am I more mad about? Like, I really need to get my priorities in shape. But I was like, but I really don't like the icons either. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Does that make me a bad person? I don't know.
You're allowed to be
annoyed
at all of the above.
And yeah, I can be annoyed at what I want to. So they talk about this and they talk about how proud they are to be Greek. And she gets so excited when she sees Crete. And he's like, oh yeah, Crete. That's a good one. She's like, yeah, I felt like it was my home too. I love Crete. I love Crete. And he's like, yeah, well, you know, of course you love it because that's your roots. And she's like, Dad, please don't mention roots. It's like, okay, sorry.
I am a hair professional. So she's like, I just feel so connected to the culture, to the people, to the history. And I want to pass that same love for being Greek down to Electra. And I want her to have the same passion and feelings that I do because it's influenced me in my life. And I want to influence her in her life, which is why every morning before she goes to school, I give her a plate to throw on the floor.
Cut to Electra.
Fuck being Greek. I'm sick of it.
It's like, damn, Electra, jeez. So they hug. It was a nice little scene. So then we go.
It was
over
actually
to
such a. I actually got choked up during it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was so sweet and lovely, and I felt like I feel like Angie is actually very emotionally honest about her family and their struggles in a way that I find very affecting. So I liked it. So then we go to Bronwyn's house. And now we go from Angie and her dad to Bronwyn and her mom, Marge, aka Muzzy. By the way, you don't have to even tell me her name is Marge. The eyebrows say it. If I see those eyebrows, I say, this is a lady named Marge who's somehow like in this weird everything everywhere all at once timeline managed to not be a diner waitress. Somehow she's doing this instead.
You know what's super weird? I call my mom Muzzy.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't realize that
that's
her
Marge's
mom,
nickname.
Well, I call her Muzza, you know, like, hello, Muzza. And then it turns into Muzzy. Like, hey, Muzzy.
Muzzy.
That's weird. So Bronwyn offers to get her drinks and stuff. And Bronwyn's, you know, really trying. She's like, Mom. She's like, her mom's just seething on the couch. Like, Mom, would you like a beverage? And she's like, from the fridge.
Her mom has
would you like one? Because I can get you one, Mom. Diet Coke. Drink. And she's like running off trying to make her mom happy. I was like, oh no, this is not going to go well. She's like doing the Kermit the Frog run in the background, like going from the kitchen to the hallway, like, Mom.
Mom is so dissatisfied. And what's funny is that you would think the mom would be like, hey, Toots. Looking at her face, you think she'd say, hey, Toots, what's going on? But she actually has like a scary high pitched voice. She's like, well, Bronwyn. She's like, so what's going on, Mom? You must be exhausted. Yes, because I got up too early today. I was like, I was not expecting that voice whatsoever.
And Bronwyn's like, do you feel like you got everything done at the house that you wanted to do while you were there at the house packing up? She's like, no, I still have stuff there. She's just giving her this look. Oh my God. I was scared. And I can deal with a tough mother, you know?
Well, the mom clearly disapproved of all the furniture. The mom was like,
oh, she has all this money and this is how she spends it on this terrible velvet furniture. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I wish if I had that money, I would spend it on more eyebrow treatments, but that's okay. Everyone spends their money the way what they want to. She's never been the child with great judgment, has she?
I mean, if you're going to spend your money, you should be spending it on the science of shrinking your eyebrows down to the size they were when you were 5. But, you know, she's just going to do what she's going to do because that's Bronwyn. So Bronwyn tells us that the moms have been going back and forth to Northern Cali to go through the process of getting rid of all their stuff, selling through stuff from her childhood home. And then
Muzzy's like, so sad.
Muzzy's like, well, there were some things there, Bronwyn, that I've not opened in 25 years. You know, things like from Daddy's office. That was emotional. Oh, so you're going through Daddy's stuff? Did you find anything in there about me? Please don't say it on camera.
Yeah.
Please don't do this to me, Mother. She's giving her this look. I'm like, why are you shooting with your mother? And then I remembered, it's the great revenge of the Real Housewives. Commence.
Yeah. This part of the scene I thought was actually like very affecting because the mom is basically saying like, I'm throwing out stuff, but I feel really conflicted because like, I'm throwing away his stuff and he's not there to say like, hey, don't throw that out or this means something. So she's like, and I was like, oh, this is so sad. I thought like, I thought with those eyebrows, I was going to just I was gonna like this woman was gonna come out and be so mean to Bronwyn, but instead she's telling a really sad story, and I was like, "Aw!" Little did I realize that she was just,
Saving
she was
it.
getting us already, she's saving it up.
She was just getting warmed up there. So Bronwyn tells us about Alzheimer's and how, terrible it is to go through that. And it's hard on her, but it's got to be really hard on her mom because that's her best friend and, her partner and stuff. So she's like, Daddy doesn't remember adult me. And she's like, no, he thinks you're Gwen right now. So he's really worried that you're not going to finish college. You're going to get knocked up. You need to go to school, etc. It's nice to see him disappointed all over again. That really filled his belly with fun times. That was great, Bronwyn. Bronwyn's just like, well, it's like he's reliving it with me, right, Mom? Like he was just so worried about me and all these things years ago. And, Gwen's at that age, and he does, I don't know. It's like he superimposed me on top of, I don't know what's going on. She goes, yeah, he thinks it's yesterday. Because after she went to get something from the room, he said, why isn't she in school? Tell her she's not in school. She can get the hell out of my goddamn house.
Oh, well, I just, yeah, that's great. And I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like Dad just wanted better out of me. You know what I mean? Well, you feel like you're not good enough, like you're not worthy, because if you feel that way, then we failed because we didn't make it clear enough that it's not just a feeling that you should know you're not good enough and you're not worthy. That's it.
So she's like, well, Mom, I did take a longer route to maybe get to where I was going. And you said that. You said it's been a really long time. And Bronwyn, you really had to figure out what you wanted to do. And you had to really, like you said, circle the drain a few times. You know how you always talked about me circling the drain and just failing for a really long time, Mother. Remember that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Guess what? You couldn't have gotten there without Todd either, because you couldn't get there without a dime. What I'm saying is you don't really have a lot of skills or talent, or you don't have any of the things that I guess most people would have or need in order to get ahead in life, unless you attach yourself to some old guy.
Really, Muzzy?
Anyway.
I would watch my fucking mouth right now because you're living off her and Todd's money. Like, it's fine for you to take all this money and live in her house and do all this shit. You don't get to come in here and be an asshole to her and shame her on the TV. And don't make me get defensive for Bronwyn. But I did not like this, Muzzy. Okay.
Yeah. And she's well, you needed Todd. She's like, yeah, well, Mom, I don't love you saying that I needed Todd to get me there. Well, I mean, he needed Todd to support you, right? I mean, those, that queer man's dresses don't pay for themselves, right? It's like, well, okay, Mom.
Goodbye.
Nice
Have fun at the home, Muzzy, because you'd be out of there in 2 fucking seconds. How dare you? Watch your fucking mouth, lady. So Bronwyn's like, well, sadly, this is not the first night comment that my mom has made. And I think that, I just really need approval from her. I just want approval. Everyone wants approval from their parents. Yeah, I would want an apology letter. Get her the fuck out of here. What a toxic fucking person. And I know she's going through a lot of stuff, but you can listen. Bronwyn had all that stuff go down when she got pregnant when she was 19. She had no support from these people. And now you're still shaming her for it years later. It's like the woman's living in a mansion. She can't do anything right for you. And I think she should stop trying. Get rid of Muzzy. Down with Muzzy. That's what I say.
So she's like, well, I hope you're going to be okay doing this because, you're going to be doing it with Todd soon enough. Bronwyn's like, oh, my God, Mom. She was like, it's like, Muzzy, that's dark. I mean, okay, like I take a lot of Todd's old comments from other people, but the call doesn't need to be coming from inside my house. Oh, is the Palm Pilot working again? Todd, it's an expression. No phone calls were coming from inside the house.
Yeah, that was pretty low.
It was so savage.
Todd's next. It's like, oh my God. Do you have a lot of money? Might I suggest a wood chipper? For fuck's sake.
Muzzy was like so sweet and emotional, and then just comes right on in and is like,
when she was never sweet. She's going through something, so she's sad, and she has a right to be sad, but she's also an asshole, and I think that it's important to like kind of know that line with people. Like, you going through something doesn't give you the right to be an absolute fucking monster. Fuck you, lady. Horrible. This is horrible, as Heather Gay would say. What's horrible?
Horrifying.
Congratulations, you've reached the end of part 1 of a 2-part recap. For part 2, go look for the recap that says part 2. See you over there, suckers.
Watch what Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster.
It's always automatic with Ashley Auto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Etchels.
We never miss her call. It's Diane Call.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
I go, you go, we all go for Hugo.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B. K Sarah, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby. She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry. We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson. Tastier than Flanderson, it's Rachel Manderson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna, it's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman.
Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
Darn Skippy, it's Tippy.
And our super premium sponsors.
She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Put us on a stretcher, it's Charlotte Fletcher.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs. It's our queen, it's Queen Laifa.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the cork master, the master of the cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh. She's Jill Hirsch.
My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock.
Gee, it's Lisa H.
We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy.
Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
Neat, it's Ronit Feldman.
Maximum love for Sandy Maximoska. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie, it's Sarah Tellefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony.
Please don't stop, it's Soli and Pop.
Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.